tiptoe by the window, that is where I'll be, and tiptoe through the tulips with me.
Oh, tiptoe from the garden, by the garden.
Hey guys, this is Sabrina from Hello Hope, and in today's video I'm going to tell you a story about how I maybe almost got possessed multiple times. This is my third time filming this video, so I'm so annoyed right now because every time I thought the camera would be in focus and perfectly aligned, I would look back and it would be totally blurry and it would have like a red tint in the background, and oh, it was just so annoying. Anyways, hopefully this works. If you are a closed-minded ass bitch, just kidding. So if you are somebody who kind of believes in one belief system and, you know, doesn't really expand your mind past what we know right now or what we think we know right now, and there's nothing wrong with having your own belief systems, I'm just asking that you please exit out of this video because it's not for you. Or if you're just here to dislike all my videos, then I'm giving you the opportunity to get out right now and watch a different video on a different channel. Please don't waste your time. Otherwise, here's my story. I thought I was gonna film a rant video today, but I realized that Halloween is coming up in the next few days, so I thought this would be perfect. Just when I thought I'm not gonna be weird, I'm not gonna be weird, I'm not gonna be weird, I want them to get to know me first, I get weird. Oops. I do want to let you guys know that I grew up in a very conservative, very strict, very religious background. It wasn't until I got to high school and met different kinds of people and experienced different kinds of belief systems and kind of got out of the grasp of my household that I started to experience different things and believe in different things and open my mind to different things. So with that being said, this isn't something that I would have believed in before. I always chop things up to coincidence, and now that I'm older and I have experienced more things and gone through some things that have been really rough, I don't believe in coincidence anymore. God, how do I start this without just throwing some weird at you right up front? I guess there's no way to start out without being weird, so sorry guys. So for as long as I can remember, and as far as my memories date back, and my memories kind of just start when I moved to the United States, and this, I don't really have a clear memory of this happening until I was like 6 or 7. I've had a lot of trouble sleeping, but ever since I can remember, in the middle of the night when I'm having trouble sleeping and my mind is kind of racing and I'm thinking about things that are going on and I'm slowly trying as hard as I can to get to sleep. This isn't something that happens every day. It's not something that happens every week. It just randomly happens. It's not something that I can control. It's not something that I enjoy or would want to make myself do. It really has no time gauge. It has no schedule. It just happens and I hate it. So if you remember my video, Weird and Annoying Facts About Me, you know that I sleep with a nightlight on because I'm deathly afraid of the dark. And there's a reason for that. Not that the nightlight really matters, because you'll find out. I know people that can fall asleep so fast, and I'm not that kind of person. My eyes can be closed forever and I can never sleep. But I felt this tingling go through my entire body. It starts at my head and goes to my toes, and it's like vibrating, and it's like tingling, like when your arm gets numb. So I feel my whole body get numb, and as that's happening, I hear this ringing in my ears, and I feel literally like I'm coming out of my own body. I know. Fucking weird. Trust me, I know. It sounds weird coming out of my own mouth. I literally feel like I'm being separated from my body. When that happens, I could see myself in my bed. I could see my dogs in the bed. If there's somebody in the bed with me, I could see that person. I totally am conscious that I'm in my own room. Everything's in place the way it's supposed to be in my own room. Everything looks the way it's supposed to be, and I could see myself there. Sometimes it feels like I'm going farther and farther and farther from myself, and then there's sometimes where I'm face to face with my own self. And if you don't think that's weird, it gets worse. So if you notice my bed behind me, you could see that it's against the wall, and that is something I do on purpose, specifically because of this. Everywhere I've moved to and every time I've rearranged my furniture, it has to be that way. And the reason is because otherwise, whenever that randomly happens to me and I'm on the edge closest to the floor or closest to whatever open space is there, I feel this thing there, and it's a presence, and it's not human, and it's not nice. I've never seen it face to face before. It's never like touched me or anything like that, but I feel it there pacing back and forth and back and forth. I feel like I know what it looks like though. I don't know why I feel like I know what it looks like, but every time that happens, it's in my peripheral vision. The best way I could describe it, guys, it's small, like it's short. It kind of has a mangled face. It's bald. And the most distinct thing that I can remember of it is the really long fingernails. There has been sometimes too that I've heard it kind of like maniacally laughing. Ugh. Sometimes I feel that there and sometimes I don't. Like I said, I feel it mostly whenever I'm sleeping on the edge of the bed. The scary thing about when this happens is I can't move. I open my mouth, but I can't scream. Nothing comes out. I can look at the person that's sleeping there next to me. I can look at my dogs. I can look at whoever's there next to me, and I could try to ask for help as loud and as best as I can, and they can't hear me. It is so fucking scary. Guys, I'm not on drugs. I wasn't on drugs when I was 6 or 7 years old. It's been that way. I don't know how. I don't know why. So like I said, whenever I sleep closest to the wall, that sometimes happens, but I don't feel that thing there. And you know how I said earlier that I'm scared of the dark and I sleep with a nightlight and stuff like that? The last time this happened to me was when I flew back from Miami, and that was late September, mid-September, and I slept the entire day during the daytime. Flying makes me really tired for some reason, and I passed out in my bed. I didn't mean to sleep, but I fell asleep, and I was closest to the edge of my bed, and I did feel it there, and that was last month. Like I said, I'm not on drugs. I'm totally normal, sane, everyday person that you see on the street. So everyone that knows me knows that I am a horror freak. I love scary things. I love going into haunted houses. I've always been fascinated by stuff like that. I love reading up on, you know, ghost stories, unsolved mysteries, murder mysteries. I love scary movies. So being so used to being fascinated by it and being kind of conditioned to love it, I don't really get scared when I watch scary movies, especially the new stuff. Modern scary movies are just, you can't compare them to the classics. In my opinion, the scariest movie of all time is The Exorcist, and nothing's been able to touch that. It's really, really hard to get me to be scared of a horror movie. That is until I watched Insidious. I thought Insidious was going to be another stupid jump scare modern horror movie, but as soon as I saw like the premise of what it's about, it was like triggered right there. It terrified me. It's like an exaggerated version of what I had been through before. Anyways, the movie kind of like freaked me out so much that I started Googling it, and I started Googling reviews. And you know when you Google things, like one thing comes after another. I came across like a Reddit forum or some sort of forum or whatever, and people were talking about how that's actually happened to them before, and they've felt this thing there. I was like, holy shit, like it's not just me, other people are going through this too. Somebody on the page had posted, I astral projected tonight and I did this and I did this, and I'm like, what the fuck is this person talking about? This is weird. And it fucking blew my mind, guys. It was like so many people that have gone through this before, but these people are able to do it on purpose, like separate from their bodies on purpose. Like, first of all, why? So yeah, I found out there is a name for it. There's a name for what this is. I came across like websites about it and forums about it where people are like talking to each other about what they did during their travels when they were astral projecting, and they're able to walk around their own house. They're able to go out of their house and talk to other people and see other people that are doing it. And like there's even a part where like you can have astral sex with other people who are traveling. It's fucking weird, you guys. In the forums, like the scariest part about it is every once in a while you'll see somebody that's like, yeah, there's something that's sitting next to my bed. There's like a word for it. It's like a sitting demon. Oh my god. That's basically waiting there, just like Insidious. If you are gone for a really long time and you get lost or something like that, then that thing can inhabit your body and you're dead. It possesses you. It becomes you and it owns you. So whoever's sleeping next to you might not wake up to you if you travel too far. But anyways, I thought this was fucking crazy, and like, why the fuck would you want to like do that on purpose? You know what I mean? It's So last year I traveled to Atlanta for work, and I stayed with a friend in her apartment. And this person is the sweetest person ever. I love her to death, but I had only known her for a little bit, and she was kind enough to offer for me to stay with her during my job that I had to do while I was over there. So yeah, I knew her and I liked her, but I didn't know a lot about her. While we were there, we talked, like we watched a movie or so together, and I went to work and I did my own thing, she did her own thing, and I would come back to the apartment at night and we would talk, but that's pretty much it. So anyways, one of the nights I was sleeping in the bed with her. I was on the far side of the bed, closest to an open space, and she was on the other side of her bed closest to the other open space, and I could not sleep. It was one of those nights where my eyes were closed, but I was aware that I was awake. I thought she was asleep, and eventually I did get to sleep, but I remember not being able to sleep for so long. Oh my god, you guys. And I was thinking in my head, how do I even explain it? I guess my brain was telling me, I'm not gonna let you sleep tonight. My brain was telling me I'm not gonna let you sleep tonight. So yeah, eventually I went to bed, everything was fine, whatever. I went to work the next day and I drove straight from work to home. It was in the middle of the night when I was driving back home. I lived in Alabama at that time, which was like 3.5 hours away from Atlanta. So it was a pretty long drive, and I was driving in the middle of the night. And she calls me and I answer, and she's like, hey girl, I just wanted to make sure that you made it home safe, or that you were safe and everything was fine. And she's like, you're such a clean guest, I hardly knew anybody was here, and you're welcome to stay anytime, blah blah blah. So I'm like, yeah, thanks for letting me stay, it was so sweet of you, I had such a great time, blah blah blah. It gets quiet and it's kind of awkward, and I'm like, okay. So all of a sudden she goes, hey, so can I tell you something without me sounding weird? And I'm like, okay. I'm sitting here thinking she's gonna tell me like I tried to cuddle with her or something in the bed, or like I did something wrong in her house or something like that. So I'm like waiting for it, and I'm like waiting to be embarrassed. She's like, so I see things that other people can't see. She's like, it's something that I've had since I was little. It's not something that I can control. It just happens. She's like, I hope you don't think I'm weird, but there's something attached to you. As soon as she said that, my throat closed up. She said, when you were sleeping last night, I felt it there next to me. She said that it was kind of lurking there next to her bed. She said that it was not welcoming. She said that it was not human. And she literally, you guys, she described it to a T. She described how I always thought it looked. She described the fucking long fingernails, you guys. Oh my god. I absolutely wanted to cry as she was telling me this, and I was speechless. I didn't know what to say because I was shocked. I'm surprised I didn't get into a car accident when she told me. And the worst part is, you guys, she said it whispered in her ear, I'm not going to let you sleep tonight. I didn't believe in coincidence anymore. It scared the crap out of me, you guys. But anyways, she started telling me about her gift. I shared with her that to a T, she described what has always been there. And if it wasn't for her bringing this up, I would never have told her, especially somebody I didn't know. And like I said, guys, this is something that if I were to have heard this 3 or 4 years ago, I would have been like, are you fucking high? It's something that I'm like, I don't know anymore. If you look next to my bed, I have my salt rock lamp. When you light it, it gives off positive energy and it repels negative energy. I also have my tourmaline pyramid. This is black tourmaline. It's a stone that repels negative energy. And I also have my collection of stones here. These are all energy stones. I'm super into stones because of things that have happened to me, and now whenever people tell me that they have an issue or whatever, I'm like, I have a stone for that. Like, I've made my friends bracelets and stuff like that. I have a stone around my neck. It's white jades for good luck, positive energy, abundance, and I have a rose quartz for love, and it is kind of a antidepressant kind of stone. Anyways, now that you guys think I'm crazy, I traveled to work one day. I think it was in North Carolina or something like that. For the most part, like, all the people that I work with in my line of work are really open-minded. I remember my roommate at the time, thank God she brought it up, but anyways, she was telling me a weird story, like a paranormal story that she had gone through, and so I felt comfortable enough to tell her what I had gone through as well. Anyway, she had mentioned to me that one of our supervisors actually was a Reiki master, and if you don't know what Reiki is, it's a practice, like a healing practice, where you can read energy through the use of touch, like touching somebody's palm, or you can help like balance somebody's energy if it's off, and they also use stones sometimes too. I remember like during a quiet time on one of my shifts, I did end up going up to my supervisor and talking to her about it. I told her the whole story about what I had experienced since I was little, and I told her about my friend calling me and telling me that something was attached to me. And so she did this thing where she like, what am I doing right now? She like did this thing with my hand, and she did this thing with my back. And she basically came to the conclusion that I don't have a negative energy attached to me necessarily. She said that the energy that I give out is very positive, like I have a very positive light about me. How do I say this without sounding crazy? She was able to kind of read that this thing that might be there was something that I created as a defense mechanism. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a deceased spirit. It wasn't a demon. It was something that like a barrier that I had put up. If I did have that since I was a little girl, then knowing my personal struggles when I was little and the things I had to endure and the things I went through when I was little, it makes sense that I wanted to protect myself. But I don't understand why I would make this like creature, you know what I mean? It's happened one time for a very long time, and like I said, it happened last month. I hope it doesn't happen again because it's really, really scary when it happened. And as a rebuttal to my own story, there's really no explanation for this phenomena, but science kind of chalks it up to something called sleep paralysis. And during sleep paralysis, your whole body is asleep, but your brain is not, which could explain the feeling of numbness. It could explain the trying to scream and not being able to, and it could explain the feeling that I'm in my own room and I'm aware that I'm in my own room, but I can't really do anything. For some reason, people that do have sleep paralysis feel this ominous presence there, and nobody can really explain that. Like, science can't really explain that. It's something that a lot of people who have been diagnosed to have sleep paralysis feel it's there. I'm open to anything. I don't believe in coincidences anymore, and it's very strange that things happen the way they have, but you know, it could be sleep paralysis. I'm open to everything. I'm open to being wrong. I'm open to being right. I'm open to not knowing. That's just a part of life. Like, you learn new things all the time, and there's some things that you'll never know. But whatever it is, it's fucking scary as shit. But yeah, that's my video for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you do want to hear my other story, which is way scarier than this one, then please let me know in the comments below. Let me also know if you've experienced something that's weird like this too. If you did enjoy this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my Instagram and Twitter. Go to my blog, sign some petitions, help save some animals, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Through the